Welcome back to Anything Strange. I'm your host Adam, and today we talk about the 1994 Zimbabwe UFO that landed in front of 62 school children. Okay, I want you to close your eyes. Think of a UFO landing 100 yards in front of you and an alien stepping outside of the ship. Okay, now open your eyes. Chances are you imagined a flying saucer or disc-shaped UFO with a short, skinny alien that had a small body but with a large head and huge eyes. Is this because Hollywood has burned the image into your brain of what an alien looks like? According to 62 school children in Zimbabwe, the answer is no. This is because that is what an actual alien looks like. Now, before we get into this story, you must know almost none of these kids had televisions, cable, or access to the news. Aliens and UFOs did not even exist in Zimbabwe's culture. So whatever these kids saw did not come from TV or the news, but from their actual experience.
It looked like a saucer, but the shape wasn't really round.
Have you heard about UFOs before this?
No.
The story starts in Zimbabwe back in 1994. 2 days prior to this event, thousands of people saw strange objects flying in the sky. But with no knowledge of UFOs, they didn't know what to call them. 2 days later, during recess at a private school, 62 children all came running inside screaming with terror in their eyes. They all claimed to see flashing lights in the sky before a disc-shaped object landed 100 yards in front of them.
So like ship landed on the ground.
Why do you say ship? Did it have a shape?
It had a round top and it was flat like that around the sides.
What was around the side?
Just so like a platform coming around the side.
The schoolmaster didn't know what to think and separated and interviewed the kids over the next day. He also had many of them draw what they saw. Not believing in UFOs, the schoolmaster was dumbfounded when all the kids' stories matched up to a T, and their drawings were eerily similar yet unexplainable. The school children all heard a noise before seeing a UFO. Some thought it landed, while some said it seemed to hover over the ground. Not only did 62 different kids aging between 6 and 12 years old see a UFO, but they saw two men, 3 feet tall, come out of the ship.
And they had big black eyes. Well, I felt scared because I've never seen such a person like that before.
Did you see the eyes? What did they look like?
They were going like that.
One strange part to this story is that these kids had no knowledge of the classic gray alien, but they all seemed to describe and draw what UFO enthusiasts describe as a gray. They all said the short men came out of the ship with very skinny bodies, but large heads and big black eyes.
No, I'm also here, and this was all black now.
All black.
The eyes looked evil.
Evil.
One of the men even had long, stringy black hair. When the aliens noticed the children were watching them, one seemed to disappear and hide. The other stared right back at them. While the younger kids thought they were going to be eaten, the older kids felt a telepathic message. Multiple kids felt the aliens were trying to give them a warning, that we are destroying our planet and we need to make a change.
What I thought was maybe the world's gonna end. Maybe they're telling us the world's gonna end because we don't look after the planet.
And those thoughts came to you. Had you had those thoughts before this experience?
No.
No. And how did those thoughts come to you? Did they come to you from the craft or from
From the man.
the man?
Well, he never said anything. It's just that the face is the eyes.
I think they want people to know that we're actually making harm on this world and we mustn't get too technologized.
The accounts between all the different kids matched so well, BBC sent a camera crew down to interview the children and look at the drawings of the event. 20 years later, the now adults were re-interviewed and stuck with their stories. They have not forgot this event and still believe in UFOs to this day. That's why this has become one of the most rare alien sightings of all time, with nobody able to give any explanation or debunk what 62 different kids reported.
It was looked like a round shape, looked like a plate, with like two plates that was looked like on top of each other.
One of the strangest parts was the aliens weren't looking for the children. One even seemed to hide at first contact. This means the other alien wasn't planning on giving us a message, but his first premeditated thought was, you are destroying your planet. Maybe that's why aliens are visiting us, but we have such little proof. They aren't here to make contact, not to be seen, but to observe, and wonder why we are destroying our own home.
What was the sense you got from those eyes?
He was interested.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. Check out the links below to watch more interviews and some of the documentary the BBC crew filmed that day. I'd like to hear your opinions on what you think the children saw that afternoon. And for now, I'm Adam, bringing you stories of anything strange.